Chaos in the SDP as the NWC members suspend party national chairman Shehu Gabam. But tonight, we shall be asking the questions that the NWC are seeking from the national chairman. And the PDP leaders were in a closed-door meeting with INEC officials in Abuja. Hello everyone, welcome to the program. This is Politics Today live on Channels Television. I'm Sean Okimaloye in Abuja. Well, we've got some news for you as far as Benue State is concerned and the Yawata attack. Now, we do now know that the Inspector General of Police has come out with some information. Mr. Kayode Egbetokun today has announced the arrest of 28 persons suspected to be masterminds of the killings in Yawata in Benue State. He was addressing a news conference in Abuja earlier today, where the IGP says the police were on the heels of other suspects who participated in the Yawata killings that led to the death of 47 persons. He assured Nigerians that the police are not overwhelmed as they are mopping up light and other small weapons illegally acquired by some persons. The IGP also says that the police is intensifying its border patrols in order to curtail the influx of irregular migrants into the country. The IGP also mentioned on the arrest of the suspects that will be arraigned in court soon, including the 22 suspects who were arrested in Jos over the gruesome murder of 9 persons traveling in Kumpan for a wedding. Tonight, we're going to dig into issues relating to the opposition party in Nigeria, where you think that there is a ray of hope, and all of a sudden, some unbelievable things are now happening to opposition parties who you think the alternatives to the major political parties in Nigeria. Will be speaking on that matter tonight. But stay around with me, everyone, because we need to serve you with your political roundup stories.
Approve a second extension of the capital component of the 2024 budget, resetting its expiration to December 31, 2025. The Deputy Senate President, Senator Barau Jibrin, who presided over the resumption of plenary, announced the extension of the appropriation bill following an expedited passage after a first, second, and third reading. Leading the debate on the floor, Chairman of the Senate Committee on Appropriations, Senator Adeola, that Nigeria's fiscal constraints and the scale of incomplete projects necessitated extra time. Rimi Mangurau of Plateau State. The resolution was read following a motion on the 13 persons from Basawa community in Zaria, Kaduna State, who were killed on their way to a wedding in Plateau State when a mob reportedly ambushed them and set their bus ablaze. Meanwhile, President Bola Tinubu has written to the House of Representatives on his decision to withhold assent to the National Assembly Library Trust Fund Establishment Bill, citing funding concerns. Ahead of the 2026 Federal Capital Territory Area Council Chairmanship elections, the People's Democratic Party, PDP, has concluded its primary elections with candidates emerging across all 6 councils. The Electoral Committee Chairman, Mr. Chris Hassan, who announced the results, says the elections which held in the councils were free and fair. In Delta State, some members of the All Progressives Congress APC in Ishekiri Warri Federal Constituency have convened a high-level meeting in Warri to strengthen internal unity and publicly express their backing for President Bola Tinubu and Governor Shehu Oborevwori's re-election bids. The session gathered top political figures, including current and former lawmakers, government appointees, party leaders, and key influencers from Warri North and South. Discussion focused on consolidating the Ishekiri political front and preparing for the 2027 elections.
President Bola Tinubu is expected to be in Nasarawa State tomorrow. And ahead of that visit, the president is expected to commission some landmark projects that is being undertaken under the leadership of Governor Abdullahi Sule of Nasarawa State. Earlier today, the governor is seen inspecting some of the projects in anticipation of the guest and the president coming into the state, in the North Central state, for the project commissioning. All right, let's begin with our very first conversation tonight on the program. Well, what we saw earlier today are some group of people believed to be the supporters of the national chairman of the Social Democratic Party, SDP, who was said to have stormed the national headquarters of the party in Wuse area of Abuja. And the reason for the protest is believed to be related to the announcement of the suspension of the national chairman, Mr. Shehu Gabam, alongside 3 other national principal officers of the party. The suspension was announced in a statement by the national secretary and the spokesperson of the party, Rufus Ayeniwa. According to the statement, the suspended officials were linked to a series of unauthorized financial transactions, personal enrichment schemes, and diversion of funds without NWC's approval. Some of the scenes of the SDP headquarters earlier today in Abuja, but the national chairman has been explaining his own side of a matter. But the other members of the NWC, we understand, are also meeting in relation to this matter. And the other chairmen across the state were also in consultation and communication with some of the NWC members who have suspended the national chairman. But indeed, Mr. Shehu Gabam has been addressing the press. He did that earlier today, but we have him live for us here in our studio. Mr. Shehu Gabam, okay to call you the suspended national chairman now? You are on suspension, isn't it?
Where will I be? How do you suspend a national chairman?
Where
did the meeting take place?
The constitution of your party permits such.
No, there's none. Look, we agreed to have NWC meeting today by 2 o'clock to deal with some of the issues related to, including coalition, some committees that were set up that have to do with the compositions of the party, and so on and so forth. Around 10:30, 11 o'clock, I was being called that some talks invaded the SB secretariat, broke the gates, being hired by who I don't know. We have all their placards that they have risen. And of course, immediately normalcy was restored. The party started functioning fully at the full scale. I'm just coming from the party right now, directly from the party secretariat. Those who allege that they have suspended me, they were nowhere to be found. They only do electoral meetings for whatever achievement, or they want to be an agent of destabilization of a party that have worked hard to develop its name and its image to this level that we are. And let me say that those who signed the letter, the secretary, the rules are very clear. You cannot, by law and by any regulations, every communications must be within the first authorized signature, which is the chairman, and then the secretary of the party. And then if there's allegation of financial misappropriation or laundering of money, I believe he should be the #1 to resign, because he's under prosecution of the federal government by perjury, money laundering. I have never been one. And the public secretary that jointly signed, he has his own antecedents. His records are there. So, but look, let me tell you this. The party have been audited by INEC. External auditors have audited the party account. And the law says that you must publish it in 2 national dailies. We publish it in 2 national dailies. There is no single transaction of the party that went through the back door. And every purchase of the party are in record. And above all, there was no single transaction or expenditure that was initiated by the national chairman. Various departments make their own request of what they want to be done, including honorarium under the office of the welfare secretary. And all our party accounts will be printed and submitted for scrutiny to those that are going to investigate the case. So we have nothing to hide.
So let me ask you, the statement of account and the report that you sent to INEC, the party is saying, and the members of the NWC are saying that they were unauthorized financial statement that you sent.
How could it be? If you know how party operates, you know that they are agents of destabilization. I don't authorize I don't initiate expenditures. Okay? If you have been to the SDP secretary, you will understand better. First, this is the party that have furnished every NWC member with TV, with air condition, with fridge, so that they can function very well. And they are all documented on ground. Number two, we do take care of NWC members if they have urgency that have to do with either burial, marriage, something. These are all processes that go through the party. Even the man who alleged is a beneficiary of it.
What did the party do for him?
No, a lot of things. When we bring the account.
Like what?
A lot of things. If he is in need and there's a request, we do, not just him, all the NWC members. And the account are there.
Including yourself?
Including myself.
You benefited?
Of course, including myself.
You spend the party's personal money?
No, please. It's a legitimate expenditure. Very legitimate. We have what we call sitting allowance. After NWC sitting, there will be allowances for each. No NWC have salary. We are not on salary.
Why are they angry? You have a minority. You are only 4 out of about 12, 13 or 15 people.
That is what they told you.
No, that is what we know. That is what we've been told. They said it's just about 3 of you, 4 of you that are being suspended by the party.
Sheung, do they have the capacity? But let me tell you, Sheung, they don't have any right to do what they did. There is no process that was followed.
It's captured under your constitution. Sorry, sir. It's captured in your own constitution in your party.
Which section of the constitution?
If someone like you is found guilty or found wanting of a particular offense, that you can be subjected to scrutiny and can be suspended pending investigation.
Okay, where is the petition against me emanated from the NWC?
So you've not received any petition?
There is no single one that I received.
Have you been invited or investigated by any agency of government?
There is no single invitation letter I received from any security agencies. Rather, I was under threat. My life was to be assassinated.
By who?
Investigation is ongoing.
Because your colleagues are saying the members of your NWC are saying that you are being investigated.
No.
And they're also saying that
I wish you can listen to me.
I'm listening, but I'm asking the question also.
What I'm telling you is that as I'm sitting with you now, there is no single invitation letter from any security agencies to me. There is none, 0%. 0%. There is none. There is no any petition queried against me by NWC members. Not even one that I know. There is not even a single one that I know. I know that the combination of forces, some of the coalition members who wanted to hijack SDP at all costs, did not succeed, are playing a role, coupled with some people in the system who believe that they don't want SDP to be part of the coalition, are also pushing for the other end, to ensure that they destabilize SDP. Nothing more, nothing less. Any accusation that have to do with the financial transaction. And don't forget, the man who signed this was also the chairman of the party at a point. He was the chairman of the party at a point. And then he was a beneficiary of anything that have to be done to the NWC members. But he excluded his name out of the petition he has made. He went and accused people who have nothing to do with anything that have to do with the expenditure of the party. Absolutely nothing.
Mr. Sadiq Abubakar has now been appointed as the acting national chairman, and they said this is in line with the party's constitution. They're claiming that, and these are heavy allegations against you, Mr. Gaban. They're claiming that the mismanaged funds run into hundreds of millions of naira.
Was Sadiq a member of SDP?
Proceeds from 2023 nomination forms, sales, and donations.
That's what I'm telling you. First, the Sadiq you mentioned is not a member of SDP. He was a sacked secretary of the party under Falai. He was a secretary of Falai. I didn't join SDP then. That's number one. Number two, every expenditure, like I've said, that we have carried out, including the sale of forms, is documented, including the secretariat that we paid for 4 years. The agreement is there. And I dare them to challenge it, and the security agencies, I'm appealing to them to go into the allegation line by line. I've not seen it yet. They should go into it line by line. And I've also made it available that we will print out the statement of account and give it to security agencies to go through it. I have nothing to hide. Let me tell you, this nomination they are saying, who communicated it to INEC? There's the letters going everywhere where INEC said that they have not met up with the regulations. Okay? And you cannot write a legal firm. You cannot direct a legal firm to communicate the decision of NWC to INEC. You cannot. It's an act of perjury.
Why is it that you are becoming unpopular within the rank and file of the party, within the leadership of the party, such that just a moment, sir, we're even seeing communication from the state chairman, the Association of State Chairmen of the party, who have unanimously come out in a position to say they have applauded the members of the NWC who have suspended you, and they say it is the right step in the right direction.
It's an absolute lie. It's a fabrication. It's fake. As I'm talking to you today, most of the chairmen are in Abuja in my secretariat. They were there when this thing happened.
How many of them?
Many came because there was no official invitation.
Yes, they understand that in another venue right now, they are meeting as we speak right now.
Let me tell you, wherever venue they are, this is politics. It's just that what happened to PDP, what happened to Labour Party, what happened to other parties, including NNPP. There's nothing new. In the conspiracy theory of power, these things are bound to happen. But what I'm telling you is that since somebody petitioned, that petition should go through a diligent process. I have given the go-ahead, even though I've not seen the copy, the security agencies to investigate from beginning to the end of it. And we're also going to ask those who benefited to go through it. It's not just me. In fact, when we...
All the NWC members, all of them...
When you say all, what do you say when you were not there?
No, I'm asking you a question, sir. You said whatever funds that they're talking about is what members of the NWC benefit from.
Right. Yes, including the secretary himself.
Okay, so that's what I'm saying. That those who are alleging now,
yes.
you are saying that if for any offense they are alleging against you, they are also culpable.
Absolutely culpable.
Now,
because it was a transparent process.
The question
if a memo is being raised to me for approval, I minute it to the treasurer of the party to process. And she processes. She raises the voucher. The voucher goes to the bank. That's it.
So
the records are there.
Would you be willing to subject yourself to internal party scrutiny?
What do you mean that I'm willing?
To clear your name.
Have you ever had crisis in SDP, if not now that it was artificially induced? Have you ever heard of it?
Artificially induced?
Yes, artificially induced.
Are some people backing this?
Of course, people are backing it.
Within the party?
There are agents of destabilization within the party. It did not start today. Let me tell you.
Are they just coming into the party, or they've been in the party?
For instance, you mentioned Sadiq. Sadiq is not a registered member of the party. But because some people felt that more forces are coming into this party, their future are being threatened, they are causing all this problem. Okay? Now, the other man, which is Senator Ugochukwu Uba, who happened to come from Anambra State, the vice chairman of the party is from Anambra State. I am from Bauchi. Sadiq is from Gombe. So where is the balance? Where is the separation of, what do you mean, the balancing of offices? It's 0%. How do you say that a chairman and the deputy national chairman not come from the same zone? The deputy chairman south and the vice chairman come from the same state. It doesn't make sense anywhere. I've been in the party for a very long time. But again, it is good that this thing have happened right now so that everyone will account for himself, what has happened, and so on and so forth. I'm not jittered 1 second.
Are you willing to subject yourself to
I am more than willing. When you ask me, I'm willing.
Either internally and externally.
Let me tell you, when you ask me, I'm willing. The way I responded to you, I'm over willing. And if they are writing petition to the police, then the police should be allowed to do the investigation. They did not allow the police to do the investigation. They are now raising alarm themselves.
We understand anti-graft agencies are now involved.
Well, I've told you no invitation. Let me repeat myself. There is no single invitation to me for any allegation so far, 0%.
Let me now take you to...
And if there are petitions to security agencies responsible for investigation, why are they preempting them? I would have been invited first.
Let me ask you, Mr. Gabam, has there been any conversation with you that some opposition forces ahead of 2027 were willing to use the SDP platform?
There were conversations which I did not agree upon because it doesn't follow the law. They want SDP to be used. They want the positions of NWC, all of them, to resign so that they can hijack the party. They wrote the letter personally.
Is it from Atiku Abubakar?
No. Atiku is not the one who spearheaded the coalition.
Who did?
The coalition is of, they call it coalition secretariat.
So they were the ones who...
They're the one who wrote those letters.
Who were the signatories? Was El-Rufai there?
No, it's not a signatory to it. You see, you need to understand the composition of the coalition. The coalition is a coalition of people aspiring to be president and other things. And they form their own staff secretariats. Those staff secretariats are the ones communicating to parties, okay? And so they wrote to us their demand. They wrote about 9 positions from the chairman, secretary, publicity, legal advisor, organizing secretary, all of them, that they should resign their position for the coalition to take over the structure of the party. Does it make sense to you?
Did they tell you who the people behind the coalition? If those signatories, is Mr. Rickett part of the signatory and Omar Audo?
No, you see that is a new one that just
so this is different from the ones that were doing for ADA.
The coalitions are not together. These are people that are very vicious, very desperate. They either take the system or destroy the system.
The coalition.
That's what it is. Very few of them believe in democracy. They believe in dominance by force, by blackmail. Look, I'm sure you have read how much amount of money was expended to other parties. But there was no one dime that was mentioned SDP benefited from. I did not from any individual or representative of any individual or the coalition receive one dime from anyone. I dare them to publish it.
So, but you have been the biggest recipient of the benefit of defections.
Well,
as an opposition party.
But come as a members of party, joining the party without precondition. When Nasru El-Rufai joined this party, he did not give up precondition or requested for any position in the party. All those that joined the party did not give us any precondition to join the party. Because what we said is that we are not ready for merger, we are not ready for clean slate, but we are ready for infusion. People to join the party.
So you want SDP to stand alone in this election? You are not merging with anyone, you're not coalescing with anyone, you just want SDP to be SDP.
I was in your program the last time, and I told you that the era that we are is not an era of merger. It is a recipe for crisis. It's a different time when APC merged and confronted PDP. What we are having today is a racketeering segment of people who believe that they can bulldoze their way by all means or create crisis throughout. Ultimately, who will suffer? The country will suffer, democracy will suffer, the current government will also suffer for it. Because if the environment is tense and chaotic, they will also be a victim of this chaos that is going on. But for the purpose of clarity, let me state this again. There is no single invitation letter written to me. But I've also told you, I have petitioned the IG, I have petitioned the NSA. When my life was threatened, people came into the office with AK-47, illegally deployed. Investigation is ongoing. I didn't talk about it because I want the investigation to go on. That investigation is ongoing already as I'm talking to you. And it will come out.
But there are allegations, Mr. Gabam, that the powers that be within the ruling party are very much well invested in the SDP interest.
There is no single $1 investment from the ruling party. I mentioned this
political or politically
or financially, there is none. I mentioned this before. The current president, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, before the primaries, met with us when he thought that he cannot have his way through APC, that APC forces are against him. He wanted to be or contest under SDP. We had a meeting. It was a mutual meeting. There is no financial commitment, 100%. We discussed about that. Later on, the president had his way through APC. From that moment till now, there is no single communication between me and the president or agent of the president.
There are those who will say that that communication line was still open and SDP is a tool in the hands of the powers that be.
Not with me. Look, when I met with President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, I met him with the secretary of the party, Dr. Olu Ogulewe, and Chief Pius. We had that meeting.
Akin Yelure.
Yes, it wasn't like a conspiracy meeting. It was a conversation of how open SDP is to the president and commander-in-chief, respectfully.
So SDP was willing to give Bola Tinubu the ticket at the time?
Before, no,
this was before the primary.
We also said we have people contesting, but that we are welcoming him into the party. He's a figure that you cannot say no to. But we have people who have already purchased their forms to contest for the primaries. That's exactly what happened. All the allegations that this government was funding SDP, to God who made me, and I dare anyone, including them, to come out with any figure where there was a transaction, either personal or to the party, 0%. It was a mutual conversation we had with them. But those who feel the coalition agents who are blackmailing the party believe that they heard that the presidency is funding SDP. There is no single one kobo. We funded our secretariat from the rentage of the secretariat to the furnishing of the secretariat through the proceeds of sales of forms. There is no any other.
What about the influence? I mean, your friendship and your personal engagement with Atiku Abubakar. There are those who feel it. This is SDP is an appendage of Atiku Abubakar as it is right now.
You say there is nothing that you cannot have. Atiku is still a member of PDP. He has not defected. Peter Obi
but he's leading the coalition.
Well, that is their own interest. I've told you that coalition is a coalition of people who want to run for president. And of course, if they did not find SDP suitable, the best they could do is to destabilize SDP and then get another platform and create crisis in SDP. In both sides, we are not safe. The people in the government believe that we are opening corridor for coalition to hit them. But we did not open door for anyone. There's no any agreement anywhere. The entire package, either way, people see us as uncompromising in terms of them achieving what they want to achieve. But we are real, we are open, we say we are in for infusion. Now, part of what they are looking for, amendment of the Constitution, change of logo, change of slogan. How can you do it when you are not a member of the party?
That's what the coalition is asking from SDP.
It's part of the requirement. We say join the party. If you join the party, you will be part of the robust conversation.
What is the ruling party asking from you? Have they approached you?
No, the ruling party did not. You are talking about APC.
APC.
The APC have not approached us. There's no single...
If they approach you, will you be willing to work with them?
Well, until they approach us, they did not.
Is this something you'll be willing as the national chairman of the party?
Look, I said, I don't know why you want me to cross the bridge before getting to the bridge. There is no formal communication.
But you're not going to are you not going to roll your trouser to cross the river before you cross it?
We are not afraid of rolling our trouser anytime, any minute. We have gone through it in PDP.
You're a willing horse. You're a willing horse.
We are a host.
Yeah.
And we went through the jungle, won Senate seats, ranking senators. We won ranking House of Reps members. We won 3 seats in the State Assembly in Nasarawa State. We won 2 seats in Ekiti State House of Assembly. We won a seat in Taraba State House of Assembly. We have councillors that we have won. We won, even look at local government election in Niger. We won catch a local government with the councillors through the jungle without any support.
So where do you see this coalition going?
We won the election.
Where do you see the coalition going, Alhaji Kabam?
I think it is likely to end up in confusion because I've not seen a sign of patriotism, commitment to move the democracy forward. From even what I saw, the disclaimer issuing by some of the coalition leaders as of yesterday and today against the ADA and the composition of the ADA, it is clear that there is no consensus, there is no sign of unity, there is no sign of commitment to work together as a team and change the system.
And it's still opening way for APC to have a smooth run in 2027. That is what it's looking like.
From the dilutions that I'm seeing, from the lack of commitment, that zeal of working together, narrowing the gap, I have not seen that working. Because if a coalition is committed to building a new system, new democratic structure, what they will do is to work through the system, respect the constitutions of the party, liaise with the party. You cannot approach us brutally, and you want us to submit ourselves to you. It's not possible. It cannot work. It's an absolute lie. And let me repeat, sir, please. There is no single invitation from any security agencies to me, and I'm willing to be available for anything.
All right.
Our records are there. They can apply for CTC and INEC, including editing our account. We submitted, we published in papers. They are free to do that. The security agency will do that.
Alhaji Shehu Gabam is the national chairman of the SDP, or the position of some members of the NWC saying that they've suspended him. But thank you so much indeed for your time tonight.
Thank you very much.
I appreciate it.
Yes.
We'll take a break, everyone. But when we return, the PDP is in a quagmire, and their meeting with INEC today is a closed-door meeting. What does this secret meeting mean for the future of the party seeking rescue? One person that knows the party. Thank you so much, everyone, for staying with us. So earlier today, the People's Democratic Party leaders, the members of the National Working Committee, met with the leadership and officials of the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, at the Commission's headquarters in Abuja. The electoral umpire had recently rejected a notification by the PDP for its 100th National Executive Committee meeting. INEC had said that the letter of notification failed to comply with the extant rules and guidelines. INEC also cited internal crisis around the national secretary part of the party as the reason for declining the request. So the meeting held today at the national headquarters of INEC. Let me allow you to have an understanding of how the meeting went.
We're here today to discuss and interact with you sincerely because we had NEC and there was a decision of NEC which mandated me to sign a letter to avoid controversy. And I received your reply on that letter urging us to be guided by certain rules. So I think we are here to interact sincerely with you off camera so that it will guide us when we get back to have a position that will further, have taken these positions that we found ourselves.
We received letters from the party saying that one Mr. Ude Okoye was the secretary. Thereafter, the party changed its mind and said it was Senator Anyao. Thereafter, the party changed its mind to say that it's Mr. Shokwedo. And again, the party changed its mind to say it's Anyao. And the last letter from the party actually has no secretary. It was only signed by the chairman, which we responded to. But we are here as the registrar and regulators of political parties. And we hope when we go into the working session, we will fully understand where you are coming from and what more you expect from us as the registrar and regulator of political parties. So there are issues to discuss. And we look forward to this important clarification from the party as to who is the secretary.
All right. Although after the meeting, they went into that meeting. After the meeting, efforts at getting the national chairman, Mr. Damagum, to talk. Let me allow you to listen to how that went through.
We'll go back and meet our larger stakeholders and disseminate all the discussion that has taken place today, and we'll come up with a position immediately. Thank you. You will hear from us.
All right, that was what happened after the meeting. So it does look like there needs to be some more consultation. Chief Edi Olafeso. Ologun Edi Olafeso is the former national vice chairman of the People's Democratic Party. Thank you so much indeed for joining us.
As a current board of trustee member.
Member of the board of trustees. Yeah. And an elder statesman.
Ah, yes, becoming one. Thanks you.
By the virtue of age and what you have seen.
Everything, my brother.
All right, let's get started. I mean, your party is in distress. Look at the manner in which the INEC chairman described the situation in your party. Does that bother you?
Depressed. any one of us will be depressed in the circumstance we find ourselves. For a party that's been in existence since 1998, that produced presidents, 3 presidents, that was in power for 16 years. If you say this of any upcoming political party without that kind of experience, you equally would have been very mad at what is going on. I see a lot of effort going on in all places, but how did we get to this bind? It's like there must be juju in this matter. No be juju be this. For a party of our status willing to wrestle power from APC in the circumstance Nigeria finds itself today.
Is that even possible right now with the way things are?
Well,
is that a dream?
Power belongs to God. Power belongs to God. And there is nothing impossible under the sun. You see, this sun can rise again.
Because the reason why I asked you that question is that you lost Delta State, a traditional PDP state. You've lost Akwa Ibom, a traditional PDP state.
Absolutely.
I'm understanding that 2 more governors from the PDP are on standby. They are on the tarmac trying to fly away from the PDP into the APC. Does that bother you?
Anything can happen in this circumstance, but the truth is that I say power belongs to God. And beyond the individuals living in our party, no matter how highly placed they are, what I have not comprehend, what I cannot understand is the love that people have exhibited to this. But I've been here since yesterday, and before coming to Abuja, all over this country, the comment is about PDP and how we're handling our internal problems. We made effort. For those of us in the Reconciliation Committee, we never gave up. Despite the daunting circumstance we find ourselves now, we keep on talking to one another. How can a party getting ready within the next 24 months to wrestle power from a very, very deep-rooted, political party as APC and the president of the Federal Republic? I told you I was one of the very few people on this program that said it will be disillusional for any political party to think they can wrestle power from APC alone without, a coalition, without forming a bond, without connecting with the Nigerian people. How have we connected with the Nigerian people since I left here 2-3 months ago? One problem after the other. It's like we like own goals, unforced error, consistently and all repeatedly. Now today we were in INEC, and look at how we were drenched by that comments from Yakubu. In the first instance, there might be certain challenges, but the reality of it is the fact that he cited the example of the letter written. Then something will be clear to you. What is the competence and capacity of the NWC as it's constituted today? Then what are we doing as party member, as structures of the party?
Those of us who are watching
on
the sideline,
yes.
If this were a private or a regulatory agency speaking to a private entity, you know what it looks like? It looks like a confused entity.
Incompetent, grossly incompetent, a confused entity. I'm agreeing with you, and that's our situation today. But don't get me wrong. We can always cure ourselves because we know where the problem is coming from.
Where is the headache coming from?
The headache is coming from gross incompetence, lack of experience.
People from
who? From the group of people that
your party that wanted to run Nigeria for 60 years, ran it for 16 years, ironically. There's a 6 in those numbers. But you said 60 years, God said 16 years. But now here we are. You've not been healed from the bloody nose that you've gotten from the 2015 election. Up until now, you have been staggering as though your party is giddy from a very terrible alcohol. And up until now, you're still oozing from the drench. Now, the question is that where do you go from here? Nigeria needs very good opposition party.
Sometimes we need all those adjectives to define us so that we can rise from our slumber and begin to act right.
When that happen?
I am never worried that I'm being criticized. And believe me, I am not one that will actually balk, because you must learn from the criticisms people are giving to you. If you have described us in the languages and adjectives you have the right to, because your desire for us is to be better. And you're getting angry that these people are becoming vegetable.
You know why it is egregious? You know why it is annoying and noisome to people's ears when they hear the crisis in the PDP?
Yes.
It's because if you understand democracy, you will know the role an opposition party should play.
I do, my brother.
Your party was giving a very strong opposition by the ACA.
Absolutely.
I mean,
and they succeeded just because
covering your party in ruling party at a time and covering the opposition. We knew just how strong the opposition were.
If we continue like this,
and you have disappointed Nigerians so much because
we will appoint them at the
thought
right time.
that you could live up to that expectation. But look at 2027, 2 years away.
Yeah.
Where's the opposition party?
We're coming. And the reality of it is you will meet us at the point we needed to actually stand up to fight for the people. Allow us to heal ourselves. Look, a malaria situation cannot be healed overnight. Neither when you have COVID or when you have flu, it will take its course. Let me tell you, we are going through certain phases, and the leadership is not sleeping. You said it's NWC, but you could see governors there. You see former Senate president, virtually everybody heading to to INEC. They are coming back home to discuss with us. We are here this week, beauty members, leaders of the party from all walks of life, to see what can be done. I am telling you, there will be answers to our challenges. But the truth is,
those who think, Chief Ediel Afeso, you've stayed long in this party to understand. And there are those who think the only problem the PDP has is personal ambitions.
They are not far from the truth. Because the truth is that if we can be selfless for one moment, most of these head banking will not happen. We became a wrecking ball, not for ourselves, but for the country, because we are not being selfless and we're not committed to the ideals of our responsibility to ensure that we continue to provide that leadership role in the opposition.
You're from the Southwest. You're a Yoruba man.
Yes.
You know Bola Tinubu very well.
Yes, of course.
And you know the Bola Tinubu School of Politics.
I don't know.
Is a joke of what is going on in your party can stand what that man has stood for and what he's capable of doing politically.
Be reminded the opt-in time. The 2027 election is not about PDP and APC. It's about all the Nigerians and APC and the presidency. And I'm telling you, that's going to be the turning point. The assumption is that this is going to be APC and PDP. But how about the Nigerian people that go through this hell of a situation on a daily basis?
So I mean, that's why it's disappointing that we thought that people like you in the PDP will rise up
alongside
and give the Nigerian people and represent the voice of the Nigerian people.
Alongside with the people of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, anything can happen, because this can happen in another for 8 years. Where will Nigeria be?
What do you mean this cannot happen?
The kind of situation in Nigeria
the governance style that we have today.
Absolutely.
The APC said that is the best Nigeria has had on offer from any president.
I even had one of their key leaders saying that there's so much food in Nigeria, and the farmers, unknown to them that some of us in opposition are equally farmers. I left farm for the last 3 years. I couldn't go back there. In Ondo State there. Go and ask Olufala. He went last year. He visited his own farm. You see, there's nothing happening in the agrarian sector and in the agricultural sector. No, all the rural areas are no longer actually contributing to development. And how can you grow the economy if that is the situation, Shehu? You see, despite with all said and done, they cannot escape the reality of the actions in government. And sooner than later, the Nigerian people will ask questions about what they have done with their stewardship. Look, you say you're coming. You remember that palace in Abeokuta? What have they brought down? Is it people coming here to say one thing or the other?
In your own view,
yes,
you don't think things are getting better? You don't think Nigeria is better?
How can it? If I'm flying one way from Akure to Abuja for 300,000, how do I get the money? Apart from, my children supporting me to be here.
The APC has said it's a momentary pain.
Momentary pain.
That it will soon get better.
But if a woman is pregnant of a child and you're not helping him to have a safe side birth, she could die at childbirth. Don't you see the probability yourself? You're equally very worried about what is happening in Nigeria, because by and large, Nigeria may die of this childbirth that we have to wait. What have they brought down?
You are referencing
absolutely
President Bola Tinubu's statement.
Absolutely.
In Yoruba, he said Amagbewale means
we bring everything down. Oil, petroleum will be like $110. We go 1 to 1.
Does it look like we are gradually moving towards the possibility of Amagbewale?
I have not seen it. because all these, beautiful presentation of data and statistics on television does not reflect on our lives. People are dying. Children are dropping out of school. IDPs are improving.
The APC
security
will say
is not
that
there.
we should
The
blame the handling.
So you have been
we should
worried
handling.
about...
Just a moment, sir.
Okay.
Now we should blame the handling of this country that your party leadership were not capable enough, bold enough to take those strong decisions that President Bola Tinubu is taking right now.
Are you better today than you were when PDP was in power? Between 1999 and 2015, when Jonathan left, are you better today than at those times? What is the rate of dollar at the time you were talking about? What's the rate of bag of rice? How much is a bag of rice now? What is the number of out-of-school children at the time you're talking about? What is the number of out-of-school children today? IDPs, insecurity. What exactly are they selling to the Nigerian people? So let me tell you, it's not about what PDP is doing. We have reached a point in our life that we're going to rise from this moment. The bottom is off our basket from this moment. From what I saw this evening, we have a lot of work to do, and we're not running away from doing the job. I'm very optimistic.
There's a conversation about coalition.
Yes. No.
Do you believe in it?
How can you do coalition without, first of all, consolidating the base of your party? What are you taking to the coalition? So I want to appeal to the leaders of our party that believes in coalition without resolving the problem at home. The earlier they turn back and begin to look at what is happening right in PDP today, the worse for all of us to be able to take rest of our from President Bola Tinubu. I know him very well, and we all know that he's an experienced, politician who withered our storm. When everybody fell, he stood all alone. And probably what he's benefiting from it today. Why can't our leaders think that that is the best way to go? To stand as a leader that's recognized for something, not about self, not about wanting to occupy a position, but trying to drive everybody together. What is the measurement of your leadership if you cannot rally your people to say, gentlemen, let's come together? Most of these people feuding, they are not enemies of each other. All it requires is a little humility to say, come on now, Sheon, what you did was not particularly too good, but then let us find a common ground through which this can be resolved. It is too painful. We are sleepless. You can't
let me ask you, and
yes.
you're so experienced in this business that you should be able to give some kind of, permutation.
Yes.
What do you think would be best pair in terms of ticketing for your party to fly in 2027?
Do you want me to be guilty of what a lot of people are guilty of? Is that not the responsibility of the leadership at the convention? Let me tell you.
It's an honorable guilt. I think
if our system
permissible.
and the process of actually bringing out our candidates is in line with the Constitution, whoever comes out 1 or 2 can always be a beater because all of us are agreed to. Don't make me a kingmaker in this place that I do not have the constitutional right, and neither it is right for you to assume that you can take a decision without, the support of everybody.
So we're talking about what is best for Nigeria at the moment.
Absolutely.
And I'm dragging you into a political analyst's shoes right now. And the reason why I'm saying that is that if there is a fight between the Okimbaloye family and the Olafeso family,
yes.
I'm very sure that you will bring the most competent and the capable wrestler
absolutely
to face the Okimbaloye wrestler. And that's what I'm asking you.
What am I?
From your just a moment, sir. From your own point of view.
Yes.
To face the Bola Tinubu and the APC in 2027.
Yes.
What is the best bet for the PDP?
The best bet for the PDP is to go back to their constitution and ensure that they engage themselves in all the processes.
I'm talking about a process, sir. I'm talking about in terms of personality. Is an Atiku going to be Atiku or Peter Obi going to be a good
personality can be very deceptive. Let me tell you, has anybody been there as president that have done very outstandingly well that for you to imagine when Emilokan was at this? Did you think Nigeria would have been like this? Allow the people to take a choice of who because they are people.
Are you thinking?
It might be people.
So you're thinking PDP should throw it open?
It can be Shehu Okimbaloye and somebody else.
Should the PDP throw it open?
Why
or zone it?
Why will they not follow the processes entrenched in our constitution? Do you think? No. a decision must be taken as to the zoning of the position. And when the position is zoned, all the structures of the party, from the NWC to NEG to BOT to everybody in the party, will have to be, we gather, as we normally do in our national convention, and begin to look. There are cards you have not played before that are jokers that can actually challenge the entire world and bring a new beginning.
Chief Ediola Fesa,
yes.
Thank you so much. Always a pleasure talking to you.
Always a pleasure.
Thank you so much. I wish your party will be jolted out of the slumber.
We are waking
Nigeria
up.
should.
You see, I've not slept the whole
Thank
day,
you
so you see that we'll be fine.
And all of you will know no sleep until Nigeria is better.
I know.
Thank you so much.
God bless you, sir.
And that's our show for tonight, everyone. Many thanks for watching. I'm sure Akim Aloe. God bless Nigeria.